Good morning. Uh, Good evening, depending, I guess, what time zone everybody is at. My name's Marajan, KKOVC. So I uh, I don't always do lives. I usually just post videos, but I was recommended to do live. Uh, so I'm doing one today. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, if possible, was because this subject had kind of came up in the last, this whole month, but it's a active subject that always comes up for some reason, uh, is being respectful. Uh, I had done a video or tried to do a video with someone last month, and amazing how I got several hate not text messages, but hate, or rude, I should say, comments, which I kind of knew would happen. We didn't get to finish doing the video. Hopefully, we'll meet up again one time. But one of the things that happened was, um, I uh, I got several very rude comments about how I spoke Farsi, and I was kind of amazed. I kind of knew it was going to happen. I Because being Iranian, I know how people are. So I had a suspicion that it might happen, but I was hoping it wasn't. Um, and um, uh, so one of the things that did happen was, uh, that I got people saying, "Oh, you can't speak," and it was an Iranian, according to their um, thing. It was an Iranian male that did it. Uh, so they made very rude comments on there, and at first it kind of bothered me that they would do that. Um, Most of them were very nice, but there was a few comments that were very rude. But amazingly, one of the other YouTubers that I like, and uh, he has a thing that he does, and I was telling him, I said, after my uh, IG went up to 1,000, there were several people who were very rude on there, and he said, "Oh, he gets lit. He actually gets what do you call death threats on his because he gets more, what do you call he does more political stuff, uh, and because he does more political stuff, he actually gets a lot of death threats, not only towards him but his family." And so I uh, remembered how Cat Williams always said that the more haters you have, the more successful you're doing. And so I kind of would take it as that I'm being successful by having haters per se. So that's something that I would recommend, is not to uh, take things personally. And because I think Cat Williams, like, he's been arrested for felony charges 7 or 8 times, but he's never been charged. He's just been arrested for felonies. Never been charged one time. It's never gone to court or anything. And it amazes me how the fact that he's never been charged, and it's so awesome, because I mean, I hate the fact that he got arrested, but the awesome part is that even though he's been arrested, uh, people are clearly coming for him, but he's never been charged. And the fact that he's never been charged is amazing. Uh, People are going to hate you, they're going to dislike you. they're always going to complain. Somebody always has something to complain about. But just because they're complaining or they're saying something or making a statement, it doesn't, one, it doesn't make it true. And two, you really don't have to take it personally. And it's just, unfortunately, it's part of the YouTube, uh, or part of social media, uh, that it comes about, that people are rude and they have nothing else better to do than to be negative about what you're saying or what you're doing. If they could do a better thing or do a more awesome thing, they would be doing it themselves. The fact that they aren't, just shows that, they can't do it. So, that's one thing. Uh, so, uh, that comes again, I guess, part of being respectful towards yourself is that even if other people can't be respectful or they don't want to be respectful, it doesn't matter. You have to, you have to go go in onto yourself and count on yourself being respectful to yourself, and not worry about what other people are saying or doing, or not doing. So uh, that's one of the things usually, most parents teach their kids at a young age. Don't worry about what other people say or do. Just worry, be responsible for your own actions. So I guess it comes down to that, being responsible for one's own actions. Uh, and so that was one of the things that was very helpful for me this week, even though I had some negative remarks in the past few weeks. The fact that I was able to focus on the positive things and not worry about the negative stuff, it helped out. So that's one of my recommendations, is to ignore the noise. There's going to be a lot of noise outside or out there, but it doesn't matter. Just ignore it. Be happy about what you're doing and focus on what you're doing. And the other thing, one thing I have always done, and I've been lucky about doing this, is that I've had friends uh, that have always been as successful, if not more successful. Actually, most of my friends are much more better financially off than I am, and that's such a positive thing. So, surrounding yourself around positive people, surrounding yourself with friends who want the best for you, it's a very good thing. So that's one thing I highly recommend, is to have friends around you who are positive and are supportive of what you're doing. That includes family members. Having If you have family members who are not helping you or who aren't supportive, you need to isolate yourself from them. Because sometimes having family members who are, we're always feel like we're stuck with our family. But if you have family members who are negative or uh, not harassing, but being bullying, and they never have anything nice to say about your life, that's a good family member to exclude from your life. Because we grow up with our family, it's harder sometimes to exclude them, but we do need to do that for our peace of mind and for our sanity. I had to do that personally with a family member. Uh, because this family member was always negative. She never had anything nice to say about anything. It didn't matter what I did, it was always negative. And I didn't realize it until adult that it was abusive relationship. And uh, and I feel so bad that when they passed away, I really didn't feel bad that they passed away, because they were they were such mean spirited on everything that they did in their life towards their two of their family members. This is my mom that I'm talking about. So sometimes we don't recognize that someone is being abusive if you've been in that relationship for a long time. But once you realize it, it becomes much easier to exclude them from your life. I felt bad that they passed away and that I lost them. For I wish you always wish better for people's lives, but sometimes you have to exclude people for life. I see one person is in here, but I can't see who it is. If you want to drop a note as to who you are, if you want to. Um, but that's my main thing is being respectful, being because being respectful to yourself is sometimes hard, but it's possible. It's really possible to do that, and you kind of have to do that if you want that from other people. You have to be respectful to yourself in your own personal life. It's hard to do, but it is possible. And I can't see who's live, who's watching me, but if it's somebody that I know, I've put the link if anybody wants to come up. Or if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments. Uh, I don't know if I can see that. This is the first time I'm doing a live thing on StreamYard, so I can't always see all the comments and everything. Um, but if you want to come up, you can. Uh, so, uh, but I have put in the link, I think, uh, for people, the invitation for people to come up. Uh, so, uh, the one of the other things is one of the good things for me because I'm always sometimes a little bit nice. People sometimes underestimate if you're. That's another thing. People always underestimate people who are nice. They think that just because you're being nice, uh, that you're a pushover, or you're being kind, that you're being a pushover. Under no circumstances does it mean that. Being kind, it just means you're kind. It doesn't mean that you're a pushover and stuff. I uh, always, a lot of times, I don't say a lot of things. I don't react to people being rude. I just make sure that I don't interact with them anymore. So uh, being nice is not a bad thing. You can be nice and exclude people from your life. The saying goes that if when people show you who they are, believe them. Um, so if they're being rude or anything else, it's okay. Let them be rude. Uh, Only thing that's gonna do is to show them that you can exclude them from your life in future events, which is something that I've done. I've had people be rude to me and stuff. I just go out of my way to not interact with them in any way in the future. Because there's no point in arguing with people or responding or giving energy or life to that negatively. It's just easier to totally, not say anything to them, let them, vent or do whatever, uh, and then not deal with them. The other thing is, if you don't respond, and this was taught to me by someone else. Last year, I had again, there was a family member, 2 times last year, uh, both at my mom's wake and at the funeral. I had someone who was like, they went out, 2 different people at the wake said some stuff that were very rude. I didn't respond at all uh, to anything they said. I just said, okay. And amazingly, other people backed me up. Other people took those people back and said, hey, you can't do what you did. That ain't right. It's not cool. What you did was totally inappropriate. You need to apologize. And I didn't even say anything. Uh, Both of those people apologized later, even though I didn't say anything, because other people stepped in and backed me up. You want to do that. You don't ever want to have to back yourself up. You want to let other people come in and back you up, because it it's much more powerful that way when other people are uh, supporting what you're saying without you having said a word. Because I didn't say anything to those people to say, oh, go back me up. They totally did that on their own. And that's what you want. You never want to have to respond to people. If what somebody did is wrong, I will guarantee you other people will step in and back you up on whatever it is, which is what happened last year. I didn't say a word to this person, or these two people. I never said a word. I didn't fuss at him. I didn't. They both of them apologized totally, profusely. One of them, uh, she did this two times. Both times she got rebuked on it from other people, family members. Both times she went out of her way to apologize, uh, without me saying a word. And it's much more better to have that. Uh, than to have you trying to correct their behavior. And I apologize if if I'm missing comments, since I haven't used this StreamYard like this before. I'm not sure if I'm doing it the right way or not. Um, but if you have any questions, you can ask me. If not, I thank everybody. I thank you for being here, whoever's here. Uh, so, uh, or if you have any questions, you can please feel free to ask me. Uh, I'm going to drop the link again, uh, if anybody wants to come up. Uh, I'm trying to put it in. I think I put it in. All right. Uh, so, uh, otherwise, that was my thing today, is to be respectful to yourself. And uh, which is fundamental, especially true for women. I think men are much more easier for somehow for them to be respectful to themselves than it is for women. Women are always taught to be uh, what is it? Sugar and spice, honey and spice. And I think uh, if we're always polite, which we should be, it's sometimes hard to be always polite and also defend oneself, especially in public settings. But you can do that. You can be, and two people that I know in public who were very good at that examples, and you can look them up. One is Ann Richards, governor of Texas. She always managed to come out looking, whenever she was in public, she always looked very good, very beautiful, very well dressed. Uh, but was able to, in a polite way, answer people back without being rude, without using any cuss words, but to answer people back in a very polite way as to what she was trying to say. Now, mind you, she was the governor, and she tried to run for president, I think, or Senate. But the other governor was Governor Martha Lane Collins from Kentucky. Uh, you can She was also, whenever you saw her in public, very friendly, always very friendly, very polite at all times in everything that she did. But you never saw her coming out of the house not looking good, but was always very polite to everybody. You never saw her be rude in anything that she did in public. And people came at her, both Governor Collins and Governor Ann Richards. People would say rude stuff to them all the time. Because I'm old enough to remember both of them at the time. They would say such horrible things to them, especially Governor Ann Richards, because she was a little bit more sassy in her answers. They would, and both of these are southern states, very Republican states, and they were both Democrats. But even though people were rude to them and everything, they never took it personally. They always said nice things back. They were always polite in their answers back. And it's hard to do that, especially for women, because we get defensive at times. It's hard for me to do that at times, but you can do that. It's something that's doable. It's something that we can do, and you just have to practice at it and um, be conscientious in doing it. So it is doable, and it's something that we have to practice. And it's hard to do with everything else that people do in their lives. Everybody has a busy life these days. I think it's much harder to do to look good, be active in public, and to be able to always talk in a positive manner at all times 24/7 is so hard and exhausting for women to do that in public. But I think it's doable. It's something that can be done, but it's just time consuming and hard to do. Uh, uh, oh, uh, Jamila, hi, good morning. So glad to see you. I'm glad somebody else remembered that I was doing live today. Thank you for being here. I put a link if anybody wants to come up or if you have any questions. Um, I was talking about being respectful. So the other thing, if I could speak to you on one issue, um, it's you really need to have, especially, and I think this week is supposed to be uh, uh, with victims week, our family of victims week. So when you're sometimes needing to get things done, and especially again for women, we sometimes need to have other people who advocate for us. Uh, and we need to be able to ask other people help to advocate for us. And it's hard to do that. But one of the things Robert always said, and he's very good at doing this, is to have, and I hate to say this, sometimes we either need another woman, or sometimes, especially if we can get another man who can speak politely. One thing I can say about Robert, Robert is very good about being polite. And you gotta have, it's not something again that this is taught. Robert is a Jehovah's Witness because he's a Jehovah's Witness and because he grew up around funeral home and worked at the funeral home and was also a firefighter. He's able to talk to people in a very cool, calm demeanor. And the way he comes off is very, he, I don't know what it is. Some people are naturally calm in everything they do. He comes off as being always very calm. So people naturally don't ever get aggressive with him. Uh, I don't know again if this is something that people have to work on or if it's something natural to some people. But when he talks to people, usually they have a hard time saying no to him because he's very good at being very kind and being so sometimes it's not a bad idea to have a man being there in in speaking up for you, in asking for things or doing things for you and representing you. Because unfortunately, even though as a feminist I believe that women can do everything and anything, sometimes it's not a bad idea to have another one. If you can have another person, it doesn't matter whether male or female. A lot of times it's good to have another person be an advocate for you, but it doesn't hurt either sometimes to have another male, if you have a family member or a friend who can be an advocate in asking for things. Because the way the society is in today's world, you gotta have, it's much easier for somebody to be an advocate. And also, the other issue is, it doesn't matter who does this, whether you're female or male. You can always drop in hints very politely to say, you know, uh, as a minority, I would hate to think that this office isn't doing their best because they're dealing with a minority. There are ways that you can drop in a hint that, hey, you're being a racist here. We know you're being a racist. Understand that we have resources, uh, but without making an actual threat, because people get defensive if you, with the race card, people get very offensive very quickly, and it's, they kind of shut down and they don't respond at all in a positive manner. But if you can drop in the race issue uh, in a positive manner without being aggressive or it sometimes can help you to remind them that, hey, I have options here and we have choices and we can go to. I know a lot of people don't like the NAACP, but I can tell you that with Robert, when his family tried to set up, he was the first African American, him and his brother were the first African Americans to integrate the school system in Madisonville, Kentucky. The way they did that was with the NAACP chapter. Now I understand that was 40 some years ago. It's different now, but it never hurts to get help from outside uh, organizations to help you. Even if you don't agree with them politically on everything, I can tell you that from personal experience, well, not my personal experience, from other people, I know for a fact that others have asked for help from the organizations like NAACP and they have helped them. If you can get help from any organization, it doesn't matter whether you agree with them on everything or not. If somebody can help you, ask for them to help you. It's help is help. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long as you're asking for help, that's all you need. So if you can ask for help, ask for help. There's nothing wrong with that. And I understand not everybody loves every organization. You don't have to love them. If they can help you to get the job done, do whatever has to be done to get the job done. So, just some ideas for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Um, and if you haven't liked or if you could like and share if possible, and if possible after I put this on post this on YouTube, if after the video is done, if you could leave comments and like, I would appreciate it. I'm both, the two apps that I'm mostly on is IG and YouTube. If you have any questions or comments for future lives, please feel free to ask me. Um, I am happy. Because of being Iranian, I'm happy to do service. Anytime that I can do service, I think of it as as me, as the person that's getting the service as a favor to me because I think that anytime you're doing God's work, not that I'm doing it for blessing, but anytime I believe that you do anything for God or as a service to humankind, you get a blessing. You get more blessings than the person that you're giving service to. So anytime I'm able to be kind or do something for somebody else, I take it as a kindness to me because I feel like I will get a blessing from that at the end of the day. Um, so if nobody has any questions, I see we got one more person in here, but if nobody has any questions or comments, I will end and y'all can leave. Whoever watches this afterward can leave comments or questions for next time if you have any. I hope you have a blessed day and an awesome day. There's one poem, if I can read it, that I like, one of my favorite poems, and I should know. Iranians, for those of you who don't know, Iranians are very big. We have very famous poetry, but unfortunately, since I'm not as good in reading my Farsi, which I will strive to get better at this year. But one of the favorite poems that I like is from a Star. I found out about it from a Star Trek show. It says it's called "Never Say Die," and I'll try to read it. It's an Irish poem, and it says, "Never say die, always hope bright. It's just uh, it's just a delay, but the destiny is not nab. If you can't run, you can glide. There are obstacles, but always look up high. All you need is for your fate to be ripe. Even if fate has given you a taste of misfortune, don't be lured to give up and don't be idle. Keep away from jealous because it's poison. Focus on your track and don't look inferior. In every man, there is a drop of greatness, and deep down inside yourself, you will be handling storms so powerful only if you never say die. Put your failures behind, never stop by. Even if life makes it rousy, hold tight. And when everything seems unsettled, never say die. So that's one of my favorite poems. I found out about it through Star Trek, uh, Voyager, one of the shows. Apparently, it's a famous Irish poem. I should know some Iranian poems, but I will. That's my goal this year is to memorize some Iranian poems that I can also translate in English. So that's my comment for the day. I should have put that in the title, Never Say Die. But that's one of my favorite poems that I like. So uh, everything is hard in life, but you have to always keep going. Much love. Thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.